Well, we're back again, and you are listening low on the Listening Low Show, brought to you by Sweet Fire Production. And remember what I said, I'm going to say it again, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Because you never know what you might miss when you're listening to low. And the motivation quote of the day is, going against the status quo. I'm going to say that one more time, going against the status quo. Don't go against the status quo. Here's why, but they said this in Proverbs 19:8. To acquire wisdom is to love oneself. People who cherish understanding will prosper. Think about that for a moment. That's why I always tell myself, make sure I acquire the wisdom. Make sure love myself, love oneself. Because people who cherish understanding will prosper. If you cherish it, you understand it, you love it, you will prosper. It's that simple. But how do we cherish it? How do we make sure we don't go against the status quo? Like they said, there are 3 doors that you have to focus on. And to make sure you are focused on these 3 doors so everyone can see the door that you're trying to go into. See, some go through the manual door. That's the door that takes a lot of push and pulling, a lot of work to get in and get out of that door. That's a main manual door. But then that's a revolving door. So that's the door that people are not thinking. They're deciding, do they want to go with the status quo or against the status quo? Because when a revolving door goes around, you got to catch it at the right time. But then that's the automatic door. And that's the one that people just want to show up. These are the ones that's going against the status quo. Because all they going is just showing up. They think everything's supposed to go their way because who they are. They forget sometimes where they came from. That's why you always have to continue to treat everyone the same way you treat them before you became popular, before you became famous, before you became the person that a lot of people look up to. Because when you forget that, that means you're going against the status quo. Like Total Dungeon always say, popular culture send us a lot of messages about value and about worth. Think about that. The culture nowadays have changed, especially for our youth. And that culture has changes in so many ways. It's changing not only just in value, it's also changing in what's worth. Look at it. It's everywhere. It ain't just social media. They still have magazines, mainly music, television shows, movies, sports, any other form of entertainment. We are continually told that the respect we receive depends on the status we have. Why do my respect only going to come based on my status? Why we can't treat everyone the same? It's like with athletes, when kids come up, you got the top guy and then you have the kid that ain't better than him. And you started treating them different because he's that guy. A coach once told me he treated all the kids on his team the same, all 52. Then one day it hit him. He had a big game. Win this game, he go to the state championship. And his best player did something out of control. He had to decide, do he stay with his rules, stay with his guideline, stay with the culture he had built, or do he go against the status of that athlete? Do he go against the status quo? Do he make that athlete don't play at all? If this athlete don't play at all, even though he prepared the second string, they're going to lose this game. Because why? The team is built around this kid. The team is preparing, the other team is preparing to stop him. So now if he do not play, then everything is out the window now. Because they want the team to build their defense to stop this running back. So it open up the doors and open up plays for others. But now if he's not there, this team here to line up play regular football, no state. Well, guess what? He went against the status quo 50%. He sat the athlete the first half, played in the second half. First half, they down 14-0. He bring it back in third, fourth quarter. They win the game 17-14. But here's the thing. If that was anyone else, that player would not play in the game at all when it gets to status quo. That's something I think about. And that's the status that's defied in a lot not just in sports. It's defined in so many different ways. We not only begin to evaluate ourselves that way, we actually evaluate others that same way too. So we got to start make sure that we evaluate our own self when it comes to status. When you was not here, where were you? Who was your company? Who you was around? They did say this here, show me your friends, I show you your future. Show me your characteristic, I show you your friend's characteristic. Show me their characteristic, I show you your characteristic. All that matters based on who you're around. So we have to make sure we understand that too. Because if they don't work out a certain way, and they don't do things they're supposed to do, you got to determine whether you want to go with that status or go against that status. Here's what they say when it comes down to status quo. I like this quote. It said, if they don't work a certain kind of job, earn a certain level of pay, dress a certain way, or have a lifestyle or what's envy, that probably aren't even successful. And if they aren't successful, they aren't significant or worthy of our attention. What they're saying is, hey, if they don't have a certain level of money, I don't want to hang with them. Why? Is it because that's going to bring them down? Because your income is here, their income is there. That's why you want to hang with them. You think of bring that income down? You're going against the grain. How about bringing them up to your level? That's the biggest problem. If you see what I'm representing, a sales speed shirt today, I'm representing it because this is the foundation of a lot of youth athletes out there. And when they go to college and they get done with college, when they come back, we helping them get up to a certain level. They want to start their own training company and be a professional trainer. How can they get where we at? Because we've been around since 2000, almost 25 years. So that means we somewhere. We still averaging 40, 50, 60 kids a training session. That means a lot. So what I got to do is what? Make sure the ones that are around me, bring them up to that level. Because one day, we got to move on and let the rest come through. Real significance isn't defined by popular culture. In fact, culture of a magnified, less significant thing or minimize truly significant thing. If we listen to trends and opinions, we will be driven to seek significance in job that provide the status we want, income that provide the possesses that we want, and relationship that provide security and the influences that we want. And we can spend our entire lives going down that path, trying to find the true significance in things that can never give it to us. We will always be running, but never arriving. Nice quote. Tony John just said that there, Uncommon Life. He said, we will always be running, but never arriving if you don't find the right path, if you don't go down the right path. Trying to find the true things that you need to find, it never give us the satisfaction of what we need if we're going against the grain. Parents, coaches, teachers can't go against the grain. We have to understand there's one way to do things. Here's why I know it's one way to do things. Here's what it said. The Bible tells us what the true significance is. And it is found in what we have in the status we attain. That's what it says right here. It said, even in what we accomplish, it found in knowing God, living faith. If it doesn't impress anyone else, it's about our identity in Him, not our achievements and possessions. We have worth not. We have worth not because of what we do and have, but because we are His children and He chooses to love us. Marinate on that for a moment. Think about what we just said. Our worth doesn't depend on us. It's based on how He values us. And He values us simply because He made us and we belong to Him. We forget sometimes where we came from. I see it all the time. The respect level. I go to different events. The kids walk up. Their profanity is so strong. They're dressing, they're more feminine than a man should dress. They're still knowing that in prison, if your pants hang off your butt, that means you're inviting another man to you. They are saying, yeah, okay, instead of saying yes. I don't tell them how you have to say yes, sir. But yes is the proper way, because it's still important in this world that when young men walk into corporate office, they have to walk up with a handshake. It have not changed. I know, being a Westgate University ambassador, when we did interviews, I sit in the room and watch 300 people walk in for a job interview. 250 looks like, dress like, act like they just jumped out of bed. The job that they coming for is a job that fits them jumping out of bed. Housekeeper. Yeah. Housekeeper. One of the hardest jobs out there is to be a housekeeper. Being a housekeeper, like working in the orange grove. Back when I was little. Being a housekeeper, like picking cucumbers. Being a housekeeper, like shucking corn. You're walking up 6 flights of stairs. You're cleaning up people's mess and room and dirt everywhere. Finding things that you never thought you'd see. Raccoons running there where you try to dodge them. People leaving all kind of crazy stuff in there. But that's the type of job you want, because that's the way you came to the job. Maybe if they would have came to the job dressing proper, shaking a hand, looking him in the eye, speaking properly, maybe they would have got in the restaurant. Maybe they could have got in the front desk. Maybe they could have been the front desk manager. There's so many things you can do. But because we sometimes go against the status quo, go against the grain, the drive is lost. I tell people all the time, learn to see yourself as being valuable for who you are. Don't go in there and thinking that you can't do this. You can't be the person that run it. You gotta be the person that work for it. Learn to see others the way to be just as great as you. Until you see people the way God sees them, uniquely, created with special gifts, special abilities, the world might not even recognize. You will sell them short all the time. You need to have His eyes, recognize true worth, stop striving after unworthy goals. Your mission is shaped by your value. Your mission is shaped by your value. If your values are misplaced, you'll miss your true mission. Understand that status is fleeting and artificial. Pursue what's truly worthwhile. That's a common key. That's a quote from Tony Dungy. It was just something on my heart today to get here when you listen to Low and Listen to Low show. I want to keep it simple today. I want to make sure we understand that the little things what matters. Going against the status quo. Treating people different where they're worth. It don't matter when I drove a Dodge Nitro to a Dodge Durango to a Range Rover. I still speak to the same people, talk to the same people, have the same passion, same purpose. I don't look at people no different. I take care of that car, keep it clean. But that don't mean I can't still speak to the ones before I got the car. I go on social media. My son told me You told us not to be on social media. I say not be on social media when it don't make you look professional, when it don't make you money, when it don't keep your name in a good place. Stay off of it. When you're on it, make sure you're on it for the right reason. He said, oh, no, you said don't get on it. I said, well, go back and look at my social media page. Full of what? Positive energy, positive outcome. Because we all know negative energy brings negative outcome. What's your purpose? And well, now that you know your purpose, if you know your purpose, are you going against that purpose? He said, I get it now. I understand. Every day, you wake up with a choice. Every day, God gives you a chance to wake up with a choice on what you want to do. Every day. Make the right choice. And that's why you listen to Low on the Listen Low Show, brought to you by Sweet Fire Production. And don't forget, ramp up. Don't forget my car, sales speed training. Look at us, follow us, like us, share it. Little motivation quote. If you get one thing from this today, it's all it takes to be great. Camp King 1-2, Camp King with a K. So quick and sweet. See you next week.